I be of assistance to you?
Here, I've got the statuette that Daron was supposed to bring to the monastery.
It is truly embarrassing that such a valuable piece is brought to us by an aspiring novice. Nevertheless, this confirms your commitment to serve Enos. I'm very obliged to you, young novice.
I'm looking for a place to sleep.
There's an empty bed right next door. The first on the right, next to the entrance. You can sleep there. You can store your belongings in one of the unused chests. And remember, you have no business entering the sleeping chambers of the magicians. You're also not allowed to enter the library, unless you've been given permission.
What's your task here?
My tasks are many and varied. Not only am I the steward, but I am also the treasurer. Moreover, I supervise the wine cellar, and I'm in control of the monastery's food supplies. So, if there's anything you need, you can always come to me and get it. For a modest contribution, that is.
I need a few things.
Hello. You're also new here, aren't you?
Yes. How long have you been here?
I've been here for 4 weeks. Have you already been given a fighting staff?
Not so far.
Then take this one. We novices all carry a staff as a sign of our ability to defend ourselves. Can you fight?
Well, I've wielded a weapon or two.
If you want, I can teach you something. However, I have a request.
What request would that be?
Well, one of the paladins, Sergio, is in the monastery at the moment. If you can persuade him to go through a few exercises with me, then I'll train you.
I shall see what can be done.
That was no big deal.
How's life here in the monastery?
I don't mean to complain, but I never thought that it would be so strict here. If you don't stick to the rules, they punish you. Of course, a lot of novices want to study the teaching of Innos in the library, so they can be prepared if they're chosen. But I think the best preparation for the test of magic is fulfilling our own tasks.
What's the deal with the chosen and that test?
Talk to Brother Igaraz. He knows a lot about that.
I couldn't get away with that.
That's nothing new.
Been there, done that.
Hey, you!
What do you want?
This forever.
What are you doing here?
I have transgressed against the precepts of the community. Now I'm waiting for the decision of the High Council, whether I may remain in the monastery.
Tell me what happened.
I took a book from the rooms of the magicians while I was sweeping, so I could read it later. Master Highglass noticed it immediately, of course, and asked me about the book. Out of fear of being punished, I lied about it. But he caught me later when I was in my chamber with the book. He was really angry and informed the High Council. Now they are discussing whether I can stay. He thinks it's as easy as that.
Is there any way I can help you?
No. I've been delivered up to the mercy of Innos and the magicians.
There's more, believe me.
Anything's possible.
I'm staying out of it.
So you're the new novice. Well, I assume you have already been given a task by Master Parlan. You know that everyone within the community of fire must carry out his duty according to the will of Innos.
Some citizens of Corinus have mysteriously disappeared.
Take your tribute to Gorax at the monastery at once. He will handle it further.
The same is true for the investigation of the unusual earthquakes in the northeastern regions of Corinus. So far, I have not received notice that our intervention would be required. Therefore, we are not going to take any steps in this matter.
Yes, but...
No buts. We shall proceed as we see fit, and I hope even you are going to respect that.
I must talk to the paladins. It's urgent.
And are you going to tell us why you want to talk to them?
I've got an important message for them.
What message would that be?
An army of evil is assembling in the Valley of Mines, led by the dragons. We must stop them as long as we still can.
We shall ponder on your words, novice. When the time has come, we shall let you know what our council decided. In the meantime, you had better see to your duties as a novice.
I'm looking for the Eye of Innos.
Anyone who thinks he could not only find the sacred amulet, but wear it as well, is a fool. The amulet itself chooses its bearer. No one save the one who is destined for it will be able to wear it.
I'd be willing to give it a try.
The duty of a novice is to show humility, not desire. Well, we don't want to keep you from your work any longer. You may go now.
What can I do for you, brother?
Why aren't you working?
I am permitted to study the teachings of Innos. I seek wisdom in his words. One day, he would choose me. And then, I shall take the test of magic and enter the circle of fire.
Who are the chosen?
The novices whom Innos has ordained to take the test of magic. He who passes it is accepted into the ranks of the magicians of fire.
How can I be chosen?
You have no influence on that. Innos alone chooses his novices, and the High Council announces his will.
What is the test of magic?
A test which is announced by the High Council to all chosen novices. It is an assignment in which faith and cleverness are put to the test. All the chosen novices take part. but it is only possible for one of them to complete it successfully.
How can I study the scriptures?
You must gain access to the library. However, Master Parlan will only give you the key if you have first finished your duties.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
What's your job here?
I prepare the paladins for their fight against evil.
What is evil?
Evil is everywhere. It is the power of Beliar, the eternal adversary of Innos. It is the all-encompassing blackness which seems to blot out the light of Innos forever. Beliar is the lord of darkness, of hate, and of destruction. Only those among us in whose hearts burns the holy fire of Innos will bear the radiant light of Innos into the world and banish the darkness.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
But there are only magicians and novices living in the monastery.
That is correct. In contrast to our community which honors the word of Innos, the paladins honor the great deeds of our Lord above all else. We are the representatives of Innos, but the paladins are his warriors who go into battle in his name and increase his glory.
I always act in the name of Innos.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
You better watch out who you
Hey.
talk to.
Hello. You must be the new guy. I'm Opulos. I take care of the sheep around
He ever
here.
asks me.
How long have you been in the monastery?
I've been here 3 years, but so far I haven't studied, although I'd like to.
Why not?
My job is looking after the sheep, not studying the scriptures. As long as Master Parlan doesn't release me from this duty, I'm not allowed to study in the
You
library.
already know what I think.
How shall I act here in the monastery?
Never lie to a magician.
Do you really think?
Don't transgress against a brother of the community. Respect the property of the community. If you violate these rules, you have to pay a penalty to Master Parlan. Apart from that, I can only advise you to be careful around Agon. If you don't watch out, you'll end up like Babo.
I never would have thought.
Who are Agon and Babo?
Agon takes care of the herb garden. He's also a novice, but he acts like he was the chosen one himself. Babo came to the monastery shortly before you. At first he helped Agon in the herb garden, but they must have had a fight, and Babo has been sweeping the courtyard ever since.
Do you know what happened?
Not exactly. You'll have to ask them. But Agon's word has more weight than that of the other novices because he's the governor's nephew.
He really should have known better.
About the library.
That's the locked room to the left, next to the gate. But you'll only get the key when Master Parlan decides that you may study the teachings.
I never would have thought.
You don't have to tell me that.
You already know what I think. Do you really think?
What happened between you and Agon?
Oh, we had a disagreement about how to take care of fire nettles. Agon had watered them so much that the plants almost had root rot already. Once the roots were completely rotten, he blamed me for it. They've made me sweep the courtyard all day ever since. Nobody ever asks me.
Why did Agon do that?
You'll have to ask him that. I think he just can't stand it when someone is better than he is.
You seem to know a thing or two about plants.
We had an herb garden where I learned a few tricks from my grandpa. I'd really prefer to work in the garden again.
That's no secret.
How's life here in the monastery?
I don't mean to of course, but I think
What's the deal?
talk to
Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
as if I don't have enough
What do you want?
I'm new here.
So I see. If you still don't have any work, talk to Parlan. He'll assign you some.
What happened between you and Babo?
You shouldn't believe everything you hear. Let's get something straight. I shall go my own way, the way that Inos foreordained for me. I won't allow anyone to stand in my way, and certainly not that simpleton Babo.
I used to say that myself.
Inos alone knows which path we shall take.
My family has always stood highly in Inos's favor, and nothing about that is going to change.
What are you planting here?
We're trying to grow healing plants that Master Neoras can use to brew potions.
And there's more, believe me.
Do you really think?
It had to happen sooner or later.
You can't go on like this forever.
How can I serve the community?
Speak to the other magicians. They will give you tasks.
Who told you that?
I will oversee your work, and when you have fulfilled your duties
That was no
adequately,
big deal.
you will receive permission to enter the library to study the word of Inos.
Tell me that
Do you
isn't
have an
true.
assignment for me?
Yes, there is indeed something you can do for the community. The novices' chambers could do with a good sweeping. Take care of that.
But that will take forever.
Then you'd better start right away, hadn't you?
It was his decision, wasn't it?
That'll only cause more trouble.
Can't rely on that.
I found your buried things.
Then you should be carrying about 100 gold coins, a golden chalice, a silver dish, and an amulet, and they're all mine. Give them here.
I don't happen to have it on me.
Then get me those things before I get mad. Will you look at that?
What do you want?
I'll tell you something. No matter what you're wearing, I can see right through you. To me, you're just a greasy little idler, nothing more.
That'll never change.
That's really not my...
What's your problem?
I know people of your sort. All talk, no guts.
Same old thing.
I detest somebody who dresses up all important and brags about his heroic deeds. Just yesterday, I slugged one of the boys here in the mouth because he claimed he could bring down a black troll with one hand tied behind his back.
So what?
What's that supposed to mean? So what? Have you ever seen a black troll, Big Mouth? Do you have any idea how big those monsters are, man? If you just get one step too close to them, they'll tear you to pieces.
All over again.
Black troll, no problem.
You're asking for it, huh? I ought to rip your head off. But I've got a better idea. If you're such a great fighter, then prove it.
What's in it for me?
Stupid question. Your honor and your jaw in one piece?
That's not a whole lot, is it?
Shall we say, I'll pay you a ton of money if you bring me the hide of a black troll. How's that sound?
Better.
Then what are you waiting for?
Of course we got him in the end.
I've got no time.
Never change.
I'm staying on it.
I can't believe that. Of course we got him in the end.
Can I buy weapons from you?
I don't have much. We take almost all the swords and axes into Onar's house.
That's really not my problem.
It was just like you said. I get so worked up.
I agree with you. Listen to the wrong people.
You have to step in and get my own opinion about that.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Do you really think? Never change.
I'm not touching. You have to step in and sort things out.
I got about it differently.
It was just like you. That's the first I've heard of it.
Tell me you didn't know that ever changed.
I hardly know what's about, but he never asked for my opinion.
You hardly tell me you didn't know that. That's...
You didn't get that from me. Of course we got him in the end.
Same old thing all over again. That was obvious all along. I'd have gone about it differently.
I've heard a thing or two. Got my own opinion about that.
You entered the monastery? I'd expected anything but that. You can't become a mercenary anymore now, but who knows, maybe you can do one or two things for me, or me for you. We'll see. In any case, I wish you all the best, but don't even think of pulling the wool over my eyes, got it?
Nothing you can do about it.
I've got an old coin here.
Show me. Oh yeah? That won't bring much on the open market. I'll pay you a gold piece for it. Exactly as much as it used to be worth.
It's a deal.
Good. If you have any more of those, you'll know where to find me.
Interested in some more old coins?
Sure. Do you still have any?
A few.
Thanks. Here's your money. Bring me all you can find.
Is it really true? Just gossip. That's not what I heard.
It can't go on like this forever.
You can't rely on that.
Is it really true? You hardly know
It
what
happens
to
sooner or later.
But he knew that all along.
I used to say that myself.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Nobody wants to know.
I found your buried things.
Then you should be carrying about 100 gold coins.
I don't happen...
Then get me those things before I get mad.